Chirp. Kia ora, you beautiful little freckles, you. So, I thought I'd have a go at building in Fallout 4. Now, I've played maybe, I don't know, all up on different consoles, maybe 500-600 hours. And I'll start off by being completely honest with you and just say that the only reason why I'm even doing this is because one of my brothers since bloody primary school, so about 30 years, he started up a YouTube channel a couple of years ago. His name's Jabba Games. He does a lot of Fallout builds, and I fell in love with his work, and asked him if he'd minded if I had a crack at getting back into Fallout, seeing the possibilities with all the mods and everything, and maybe participating in his community. Well, it was his recommendation after seeing this first build that I did that I start up my own channel and have a go. So here we are. Now we're gonna start off on the right foot here. Just gonna let you know that I do this 100% for fun. Love gaming. I've been gaming since Sega, mate. Really not too concerned about lore accuracy, like making things as hyper realistic. I mean, honestly, mate, at the end of the day, video games, they're just for fun, and that's the way I take it. And if it's not fun, why would you bother? So basically, if you got a problem with it, or you don't like my structure, how the way I sound, any of that sort of stuff, man, feel free to not engage, honestly. And go check out the stuff that you do like, mate. Life's too short to be sitting here whinging on the internet about things you don't like, things you have absolutely no control over. So I'll give you a minute to take off, go load up the stuff you do want to watch. Just give you a sec there. Right, are they gone? Good. Right, so anyone left here just for a bit of fun, mate, creativity for creativity's sake, throwing up videos just for fun, then welcome. This is David James Catford. That is in fact my name. This is my channel. This is my first cheeky little Fallout build. Let's get stuck in, eh? Hope you enjoy. Right, so as you can see here, we're starting off with a wholly unremarkable piece of dirt. I did battle for quite a while trying to find something worth building on. I sort of struggled with inspiration a little bit there, but just sort of happened to stumble across this. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I could look it up, but I haven't done that. But it's just down west of that'd be east of the dam, just down from bloody Sanctuary. Well, we'll get better at this as we go along, the names and all that, but give us a chance, mate, give us a chance. So as you can see, it's just a regular old patch of dirt here. I did like the boat, and I knew I wanted something with water. I wanted something a bit more isolated, but it's I don't know, I thought it was cool. There was potential in the spot. We got a cool little pathway coming up there, got the boat landing, with that log's falling over as well. I immediately had something a bit special in mind for that. I think you'll find you'd be quite surprised with the result from the work that I put in for that one. That was probably a good body of the time, actually. One thing I haven't done, which I better own up to now, is I haven't done the actual build video. If people are interested, you never know if people are interested on the internet. So if people are interested, I'll definitely be open to filming the whole thing and then editing that into a nice cruisy little video with some tunes and that sort of thing. This is really just a tester and just a bit of a show off, of your build. I thought it came out all right. So so we'll just get cracking straight into it, eh? It's probably enough of all the boring stuff. I mean, have a look at that. Just soak that in for a sec. It's quite nice, isn't it, really? Yeah, done all right. That path, man, absolute magic. Do really like the mist effects and like the hanging lights, and a couple of variations on the hanging lights would have been cool. I probably could have done a bit more with hanging them off trees and in the bushes and stuff, so if I carry on with this, it's definitely something I'll look at doing. As you can see, I put a lot down though, man. Terraform that whole top spot. And then, because I live in a caravan currently in real life, I thought, why not do my first build as a caravan build, Something nice. So yeah, we got ourselves, well, what looks to be a relatively lived-in sort of spot, mate. You got your veggies, you got your cheeky gnome, Uncle Clarence down there. Wood. Never mind that. That's just to make sure the neighbours aren't getting a bit rowdy, mate. Should have them going off some lights. And then you got your rocking chair, good for a sit down. Never a bad time for a pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern rather. Yeah, you got your gardening. You got to get your veggies in, mate. Don't be scared of your veggies. And then a wood pile to stay warm in the winter. I love the colours of the flowers. I thought, during the day especially, they really pop, but it's just something a bit nicer. Some steaks on the barbies, some Nuka-Colas, mate. Some evidence of having a good feed. And it's a sort of like cozy sort of vibe out the front there, not too threatening, Medical station, you're going to need a lot of that. I know I've needed a lot of it over the years, getting into the wars. Got the radio station playing. Don't know about their copyrights, we won't be playing their music. Once again, just a little insurance in case the neighbours get a bit carried away. Pretty simple bed, duffel bag for all your giwas. A bit of lighting. Not really much to be said, to be honest. Did really enjoy it, we'll say. About 13 hours all up. I guess maybe 12 hours worth of build time, maybe about an hour worth of shooting. So not too bad, for a bloody amateur. But yeah, up there you got your water tower. Nice little path, and this was a bit of a bugger to work with this path. Probably could have done a bit more terraforming around the side of that tarp there, but I don't know, it came out alright. You throw the lamps in there and you sort of get the point where you're off to, Down there in the bottom left corner, that's the mod that allows me to build everywhere. I try to remember what it is for the next one. It's one I'll be using all the time, so hang in there with us. Windmill for power. Then you got yourself a lovely little seat to have a look at. Now down here, mate, that's the one. You see that pond down there? And the bit of mist. Could have done a bit more spreading of the mist, to be fair. But down here, mate, that little pond, as you can see, I put a fair amount of work into that. It looks bloody magic at night time, doesn't it? So yeah, mate, that's pretty much it, really. Had a ton of fun building. Really sort of ignited a bit of a fire for the game again, if I'm being honest, though. A bit of passion, maybe. Got some plans. We'll have another quick look at that. Yeah, see, look at that. There's nothing wrong with that, Definitely an improvement. But yeah, I've had some ideas just sort of in the last couple of days after doing this about doing zombie survival. Once again, really not worried about the lore. It's all about the fun. But yeah, thought about doing some zombie survival, sort of like a ton of zombie mods. I'm sort of play testing it at the moment, and I'm having a lot of fun. So, if these builds and this sort of content sort of strikes up an interest for anybody else, then definitely be keen to give it a bit more of a go. A massive thank you to Jabba Games. Really did inspire us to even, reinstall the game, never mind even have a play with some of just the outstanding mods for building. So absolute massive thanks to you, bro. I couldn't thank you enough, mate. But yeah, that's me build. This is me channel. This is David James Catford. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got some constructive criticism, I'm all about hearing it. But if you're going to be a bit of a dick, I'm not really interested, to be honest. That sort of goes without saying, but you got to tell some folk, don't you? Cheeky buggers. But yeah, it looks like the weather's packing in on us, both in game and in real life. I've got to get ready to shoot off to go do a show in Palmy tomorrow, so that'll be fun. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciate your time.